Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Trip to New Orleans in Super Bowl 58. We are ready to rock in the AFC Championship game. And no run back. On the opening kickoff, it'll come out to the 25. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
42 yards.
And the Bengals are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game. know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, 43 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. To Mixon on the check down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 92 yards rushing now in the opening quarter of this AFC Championship game. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now it's Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Conklin there to make the grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The Charger drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Charger drive about to get going. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow flush to his right. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Herbert now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he gets it down to the 32. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. They snap it to Herbert. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that. but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Herbert operating from the red zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. 170 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Here we go.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On one, ready?
On second down now, it's Hawkins. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, it's Hawkins. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. from just shy of midfield. Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Hardy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. It's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. T. Higgins as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Charger drive about to get going as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC. Championship. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Herbert. He's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Charger drive about to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. To the air again, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Herbert.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Again, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, Hawkins able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his right.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll run on first down. It's Hawkins, and he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hands it off out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Throwing on second and long. Burrow steps away. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
Dancing to his left. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. The handoff, it's Eckler. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. They give it off here to the tight end. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Foster Moreau. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hawkins. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. Being chased out left. He's got a man. Complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From midfield now, Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Michael Davis. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Herbert on 1st down now. This is swung out to Eckler. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, it's Hawkins. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun to give to Mixon. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that, with a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter. This possession, they've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for L.A. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Herbert's throwing in the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Eluding the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler there to make the grab. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really all. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So here we go, Charles. 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Herbert gonna throw. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It's Mixon on the counter. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Burrow. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants end up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now time to see what Burrow can do here in OT. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. They picked up a 1st down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 209 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Joe Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd and goal. Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Burrow on play action. And that falls to the ground incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 34. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. You sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough because finding a way to steel yourself, make that resolve to come back and do it again because it took a lot of work just to get to this point. It's going to be a difficult offseason for them. Let's see how they bounce back.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
I'm ready for more. If you fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the Army, the Navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip the switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the Army, the Navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?